Okay, we are here today. I'm from Último Nivel. My name is Francisco. He is Sebastián from Zona Geek and Locos por los juegos. And we are here today with Alan and Leonardo. And we are going to talk about Pokemon Go and the news that are coming to Argentina for the region. So if you want to start, Seba, with the questions.
Thanks. This one for you, Alan. City Safari Buenos Aires, huge. There will be one of the biggest Pokemon Go events for Latin American trainers. What makes this City Safari unique compared to previous edition around the world? And the second, why Buenos Aires? There's going to be a lot of fans for this.
Yeah, well, thank you for the time. And yeah, Buenos Aires is a city that's very close to our hearts. It's one of the places that has the highest number of players in Latin America in terms of people that open the game daily and interact with the game. We have seen through the years a number of photos, amazing pictures from our community leaders in Argentina, like Diego from Neos Argentina, and a number of other communities in Buenos Aires that gather every month, and they create amazing events, and they send us beautiful pictures. So for a very long time, we have been wanting to bring them an event. Of course, there's, doing an event like this has some challenges and takes some time and requires a lot of, aligning with different partners, government partners, and other type of elements that need to happen before we can have an event like this. But I would say that this will be a very special event to your question, because it will be the first time we're in Argentina, and also it's our fifth city safari in Latin America. So at this point, I think we have a lot of experience from our previous events. We started doing one in Mexico, in Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Santiago de Chile, Cancun, and now we're coming to Argentina in Buenos Aires. So all of that experience that we have gathered through these events, I'm sure it's going to help us a lot in making this event the best it can be.
Okay, on my side, we were talking earlier with Leonardo regarding long lost history of Niantic games and the technology behind it, right? How would you say that Pokemon Go technology has evolved since its launch in 2016?
Well, I think the technology has evolved a lot from 2016, when we were just in the beginning of AR tech and geolocation. It was a brand new concept for the world to see. Until the launch of Pokemon Go, I don't think there was any one application that used geolocation or AR tech as well as Pokemon Go use. And ever since then, we've seen plenty of developments that we brought to this technology that became a core part of Pokemon Go. So we have ever since released features that include the latest in AR tech, like occlusion, which means you can pass in front of your Pokemon when it's in AR, and it's going to be hidden behind your arms or behind the person in front. And we have improved the geolocation to a point that now even our Pokestops, some of them, they still you can place Pokemon in those Pokestops, take AR photos, which means that we are able to use parts of technology like VPS, like positioning with such precision that you can place your Pokemon anywhere in the world or in these very specific locations. But I think Niantic right now, ever since the acquisition to Scopely, we've been focusing a lot on bringing even more gaming and exciting experiences to Pokemon Go trainers, even beyond the AR technology. So, of course, geolocation, playing in the real world, experiencing that real world around you, the cities, the locations, the historical landmarks, that is in our core DNA. That's part of us. That's part of all we do at Niantic with our games, be it Pokemon Go, be it Monster Hunter, and other games that we have. But this technology has evolved so we can create better experiences for our trainers and really focus on the fun parts of Pokemon Go, on the fun parts of our games, and on getting our community together in the real world. So for us, the technology, it's not only about creating amazing tech, but it's also about evolving this technology and making it serve our community of players, making it serve our goals of getting people together in the real world. So that's why Pokemon Go is played in such a unique way. It's played in the real world, and it gets players together on the same spots, on the same squares. So what Alan was talking about, having a big community in Buenos Aires, they meet at Parque Rivadavia, they play together there. That's intentional, that's by design, and that's served by our technology. So our games, they're all planned to get people together in these locations to experience the world in a different way, but still to experience it together and not be isolated or not be closed down on their phones. It's for people to, of course, use their phones, but play together, get to learn their city, get to learn themselves, and get to learn other people through the Niantic games. So I think our technology has evolved in that sense. It's not just a tech showcase. It's a technology that allows players to get together in the real world. And our events are another extension of that. City Safari Buenos Aires, it's going to count with the technology of geolocation, of players needing to be physically in the city of Buenos Aires to play together. But the core, the main reason we are doing this is to get everyone to experience this amazing Pokemon celebration for the first time in Buenos Aires. So I think that's how our technology has evolved.
This next question, I don't know who want to take it, but in Brazil right now, Niantic is having a collaboration with Samsung. What can you tell us how this partnership enhanced the players here in Brazil with our brothers in Brazil, and what they can expect in terms of exclusive content or promotions?
Yeah, partnerships are very important for us in Pokemon Go, and it's something that in Latin America we have been lucky to find such great partners in Mexico, Brazil, and also there have been some collaborations that we have done that span the entire continent, the entire region of Latin America. So we are lucky to have Samsung as one of those partners that will enable us to create very fun experiences for our trainers. Right now we are starting with sponsored locations, which are basically Pokestops with the Samsung images and campaign across Latin America, which is super exciting for us to be able to activate in other countries that we have been trying to bring more Pokestops, which is, for trainers, it's always fun to have more Pokestops. And this is something that even players ask us, right? It's funny that not a lot of games players actually ask you to, hey, get a sponsorship from Samsung or from 7-Eleven because that will benefit us, right? I think we're lucky that our model of partnership is one that benefits the trainers and not one that is just, sending them advertisement or like putting things on their faces. It's more like a organic way of integrating with real life locations, retailers in this case. So we're very excited. In terms of exclusive content, I don't think there is any specific exclusive content as part of this, but it doesn't mean that the partnership is not it's not going to bring a lot of cool things for trainers, because we are talking with our partners and we at Samsung to see what things we can bring in terms of experience more than content. So that's what I encourage you to keep tuned to our social media as we announce more of the collaborations between Samsung and Pokemon Go. But we're definitely looking to bring the best possible experience, especially as we're looking at events like City Safari in Buenos Aires, right? How we can make Samsung part of that, right? And not just Samsung, but other partners in Buenos Aires, right? For these events, we constantly look for partnerships. For example, in Cancun, we had 18 partnerships between hotels, transportation, retailers, malls. We have 2 large malls in Cancun with special physical activations. So that's the type of partnership we're looking after in Argentina as well. And hopefully we will be able to meet some partners over there and try to bring more of these experiences to the country.
Again, on the technical side, actually before the technical side, what criteria do you decide to which mechanics or new Pokemons might enter a new season? Can you share that with us?
Well, we cannot disclose everything that goes into the planning, but we can definitely say that one of the most important things that we've been taking into account more and more is localization and making sure the content that we have available is culturally relevant to our players. Historically, I think we have never had as many incredible experiences for our players in LATAM as we've had over these past 2 years or so. And the change that we made was our team here in Latin America. We are very grateful to work with the rest of the teams at Niantic and our partners at Pokémon Company to build experiences and to build content for our trainers that is based in their local culture. So that goes for our events, but that goes to that's also influencing community days. That's also influencing community experiences and even the live events like the ones in Buenos Aires. So for those, we try to take inspiration on what is culturally relevant to our players in Brazil, in Argentina, in Chile, in Mexico. What are the traditions that they celebrate that we can perhaps make a core part of the game? And one great example that we have for our trainers in Latam is Dia de Muertos. It's a very special celebration in Mexico. It's part of their culture. It was referenced in movies, in songs, in all of the different elements. And we were able to bring this to Pokemon Go as well with a celebration with Pokemon wearing a Senpasuchu crowns or a flower crown, which looked very exciting. So this is an example of the content that goes in our planning and that we make that is not only dedicated to that audience, but it's like to enhance the gameplay experience of everyone, inspired by the culture of that audience, inspired by the culture of our players in Mexico. The planning for Buenos Aires, for instance, we were checking, okay, what are the fauna, the flora, the cultural elements that are relevant to our trainers in Argentina that we can perhaps include in the game. And a great example is we have the main piece of the content for City Safari Buenos Aires is Eevee con un sombrero de explorador, with the explorer hat. And this Eevee, you even have a chance of getting it with the Buenos Aires background. So we're going to show a photo of Buenos Aires, of the city skyline, of the city landmarks. It's going to appear in the game behind Eevee on the background of this Pokemon that is only obtainable during the City Safari Buenos Aires. So our planning now also takes into account cultural elements, what is culturally relevant to our players, and we try to incorporate that into the game. Always working with our partners in the Pokemon Company, always understanding what's possible and what we always like to dream big. But we've been very lucky to, especially over the last 2 years, partner very close with them to bring more and more of this culturally relevant content to our game and to truly localize Pokemon Go. I think that's been one of our secrets of our success, if you will, is being able to localize, which means not only translating the game to Mexican, to Latino Spanish, which we did last year, but also bringing the local culture, adjusting the local prices to the local currency, so our players have access to prices in Latam that match their wages and the regional pricing structure. So truly being able to localize the game has been one of our cornerstones here in Latam. And that goes in our seasonal planning. We check, okay, what are the celebrations that are going to be happening in the season? Right now we're talking about next year. What is going to be happening in South America in the year, and what we can bring in terms of content to the game. So we're checking the celebrations in Brazil, the celebrations in Argentina, the world events like football, sports, everything that moves our players. We're taking all of that into consideration to create our game content. In addition to the original season planning, which our producers are very creative to put together. They have crazy ideas, and we enhance these ideas with local culture from Latam.
In Pokemon Go is the creative promise of Pokemon Go is that location matters, and that's something really powerful because there are some Pokemon that you can only get in a specific country or a specific biome, like in the beach or in the forest. And some players are like, that's too difficult. I should be able to catch all Pokemon. And maybe that would be easier, but the powerful thing about making some Pokemon only available in one country or one continent is it really encourages this global community of, hey, I wish I one day will be able to Egypt and catch Sigilif. Or maybe I won't, but maybe I will meet someone from Egypt or someone from Europe to get Mr. Mime. It opens a lot of possibilities that really otherwise wouldn't be possible. So that's something that's really dear to our hearts, and we continue looking for ways of keeping good on that creative promise, right? That Pokemon Go is a place where location matters and a place where Pokemon exist in the real world in a way that feels like very authentic.
This is a simple question, but what would you say to trainers who are not playing the game for a lot of time, 1 year, 2 years? Is this a good time for come back to the game? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I think I would say to them that this is the best time actually to come back to the game, especially if you play original in 2016 or if you play across the years. Next year is going to be our 10th anniversary, and we are very excited about that milestone. You know, it's not easy for a game to reach 10 years, right? Especially for a game to keep players as engaged and still keep growing on the region, you know, with more events and more players than before. So I think right now is the best time to join, you know, just in time for that 10th anniversary where we are preparing a lot of, you know, surprises for our trainers that I'm sure are going to be very exciting, especially if you started playing in 2016. Yeah, right now, for example, we announced a few weeks ago we're making a change to the levels. Right now, previously or as of today, the highest level you can reach is level 50, but this will change and it will be level 80. So, and the whole, you know, leveling structure is going to change in a way that makes it easier for newer players to, you know, have this sense of progression, but also for players that started since 2016 to feel like they are, you know, rewarded for all the time they have put into the game. So I think it's going to be interesting for trainers that haven't logged out in a while to figure out that their level will change, because as part of the rework, maybe you were level 20, but now after this you will be a different level. So and you know, as part of the progression, some of the tasks that will be asked for you to complete are going to be maybe some of the newer things that weren't available when the game launched, like trading or battling or you know, mega evolutions or Gigantamax raid battles. So there's really a lot of that the game has been adding, and there's a lot of content right now. So we wanted to, you know, have the leveling system reflect that. So I think that's something exciting for trainers to look out, especially if you are coming back to the game.
Yeah, not only is the content exciting, but also there's the excitement of our Pokemon Go community that is really, really powerful. And for those who haven't played in a while, you can find a community almost everywhere, wherever you go, especially here in Latin America. As you know, us Latinos, we are very passionate about everything, be it football, be it Pokemon. And what we see here, and right now we have over 300 communities in all of Latin America, 30 of those in Argentina, who play together every single month, every single day. And these groups of trainers, they are really organized and they celebrate Pokemon Go together in the real world. So if you are looking for someone to raid with, if you're looking for someone to battle on Dynamax or Gigantamax battles, catch mega Pokemon, or even enjoy the City Safari event, the best time is right now. Get together and meet a community, because they're playing in the real world, they're enjoying the game, and these players are going to be very happy to receive these trainers coming back. And that has been one of our superpowers here at Niantic, and especially in Latin America, being able to connect with these trainers, with these communities, and empower and enhance the experience for those communities. So we have a global ambassador program that is available around the world. We have thousands upon thousands of communities, and here in Latam, I would say we see the most passionate players in this program. So they are once again, very organized and very passionate. They play together, and wherever you are here in Latam, you can just go to the Pokemon Go website and view where these communities are meeting, because Pokemon Go is much more fun when you're playing with your friends, when you're playing with your family, or when you're playing with a local community. And for those who haven't played in a while, these communities have grown and they are organized and they are playing every single week. So you can definitely enjoy the game in a much better way with these groups of players. And as we launch new features, as we launch new events, as Alan said, next year is 10-year anniversary of Pokemon Go. We want to make very special things for our audience here in Latam, in Brazil, in Argentina, Mexico, Chile, in Peru, everywhere. So that's definitely a very good time to come back to the game and get ready for all of these amazing experiences that are about to come.
Okay.
I have to come back to the...
Yes, we definitely have to come back to the game. My last question. We celebrate everything. That's true. We celebrate everything that is really important. The Friendship Day, El Día del Amigo. Can we expect the main stars or sharing an asado to celebrate something like that in the future?
What you mean, Argentina?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we never thought we would have a dog school with flowers of cempasúchil, and that happened, right? So who's to say that we're not gonna be able to someday make more exciting content for players in other countries like Argentina, Brazil? Like, we are, constantly trying to figure out the best way to, what Leo was saying, to localize the game, but not just by changing the language, but really by making players feel like the game is speaking their language, that is doing what they're that they feel represented, right? In that sense. So I think City Safari Argentina, City Safari Buenos Aires is a really great first step towards that, right? Because it will bring something very iconic, which is, for example, this Eevee. Eevee will have a background of el paisaje de Buenos Aires, so which is and the only time that you will be able to get it is this event. So that sense of, hey, this is not just a regular EV. It's Buenos Aires EV, right? Argentino EV, right? It's a matter of national, pride and feeling of community. So we're very excited about City Safari coming this December. Encouraging our trainers to follow us on social media. Stay tuned to what we will have more to share about City Safari as the months progress, as we get closer to the event. So make sure to follow us on social media and get your tickets for City Safari Buenos Aires because it's gonna be epic.
Okay, we're going to download the game then.
That was the
That's it.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much.